In this video, we're going to talk about what happens after 30 days of cold showers. People like Wim Hoff have employed cold treatment, ice baths, icy plunges, showers, to gain supposedly superhuman skills. Learn why you should immediately stop taking hot showers and replace them with cold ones. Taking a cold shower may be quite unpleasant, giving you goosebumps and making your entire body feel chilly. Cold showers and cold treatment in general, on the other hand, might make you feel more awake and invigorated. It can help you lose weight and enhance your health. These are only a few of the advantages that make the discomfort of utilizing cold immersion as a therapeutic agent worthwhile. In reality, there are 6 incredibly scientific established advantages of using cold therapy correctly. Number 6, improved endurance. Before I offer you a step-by-step action plan, let me mention one more benefit, and that's not all. Cold treatment can help you run longer by increasing mitochondrial biogenesis. Cold exposure, in essence, can increase the amount of mitochondria in your cells. Mitochondria are the cell's powerhouses. They supply energy through performing metabolic processes, which is why they're so important for endurance. Mitochondria are responsible for our capacity to produce energy from oxygen. This is why increasing mitochondrial number improves aerobic capacity or endurance. Male runners, for example, were submerged in cold water at 50 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes 3 times a week in research. The males showed more mitochondrial biogenesis in their muscular tissue after 4 weeks. Another study discovered that following high-intensity running, cold water immersion at 50 degrees Fahrenheit boosted PGC1 activation. This is a gene that causes muscle tissue to have more mitochondria. Instead, take it slowly. Begin with a little chilly shower and gradually increase the temperature. And much like lifting weights, you may make it more difficult to resist as time goes on. Alternatively, you might begin by setting the shower temperature to the lowest setting. After that, stay in there for 5 to 15 seconds. That's perfectly okay for your first time. Then as time goes on, you may work your way up to remaining in that frigid temperature for extended periods of time. Alternating between a warm and a cold shower is another option. This is especially important if you don't want to jump into a cold shower right away. This is referred to as contrast treatment. Number 5, fat burning. Cold exposure might also help you burn fat, which is a significant plus for individuals attempting to reduce weight. Brown fat is activated when you're exposed to cold temperatures. Brown adipose tissue, often known as brown fat, is a kind of human fat. It generates heat to help keep the body warm in chilly weather. Because the process uses a lot of energy to create heat, this might result in a large rise in metabolic rate. You can temporarily increase your metabolism by exposing yourself to cold, which can lead to more fat loss. A study provides one illustration of this. For an hour, a group of males stood in 68 degree Fahrenheit room temperature water. They were able to increase their metabolic rate by about 100% during that period in near freezing water. The men's metabolic rate increased by 350% when the temperature was dropped to 57 degrees by the researchers. This undoubtedly makes you question how much faster your metabolism may be boosted in a significantly colder environment, such as an ice bath. It's crucial to remember, though, that cold exposure might make some individuals hungry. So if you're trying to lose weight using ice baths or cold showers, be sure you don't overheat. After starting to expose yourself to cooler conditions, this might increase your calorie intake. Number 4, improved mental toughness. Of course, exposing oneself to frigid temperatures, like many beneficial activities, doesn't feel wonderful while you're doing it. It'll also need some mental tenacity. Fortunately, cold showers are an excellent technique to increase mental toughness. The majority of individuals dislike being exposed to extremely cold temperatures. But if you can push through those sensations and perform it anyway, you'll improve your tolerance for discomfort. You'll have better control over your emotions by doing things that are outside of your comfort zone. You'll be more prepared to deal with pressures that arise in regular life. Wim Hoff is a firm believer in this. He's known as the Iceman because of his exceptional athletic abilities. He has several world records for the longest period of time spent in direct full-body contact with ice. One of his longest runs lasted just over 2 hours. Other records he holds include the greatest distance swam under ice and the quickest barefoot half marathon. Guys, please take a second to smash the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to never miss any of our uploads. It means a lot to us. Number 3, improved immunity. This may sound like it may be unpleasant and possibly cause you to become ill. However, another advantage of being exposed to the cold is that it boosts immunity. One research, for example, looked at how cold water immersion at 57 degrees affected men's immune systems. 3 times a week, the participants spent an hour in fairly cold water. After 6 weeks, they discovered that this regimen enhanced the amount of lymphocytes. Lymphocytes are white blood cells that are part of the immune system. They assist in the fight against dangerous bacteria, viruses, and poisons. To put it another way, cold treatment boosts immunity. This is probably why people who take cold showers or swim in cold water claim to get sick less frequently. Other scientific evidence backs up this notion. Swimming during the winter months, for example, reduces the risk of respiratory tract infections by 40%, according to research. Swimming in chilly water would seem to increase your chances of catching bronchitis. However, it turns out that the reverse is true. Number 2, reduce inflammation. To begin, you should be aware that cold exposure has the added advantage of reducing inflammation throughout your body. Most contemporary illnesses are thought to be caused by inflammation, as you've probably heard. Even while inflammation has a poor reputation, it isn't always a terrible thing. It's actually necessary for your health and well-being, because it's the initial stage in the healing process. Removing the possibility of injury, it helps to avoid subsequent damage. Inflammation also aids in the removal of damaged tissues and dead cells. It is this that initiates the tissue repair process. When the inflammatory process goes into overdrive, though, it can create a lot of problems. Chronic inflammation and associated indicators are causing this for no apparent cause. Chronic inflammation is linked to heart disease, diabetes, cancer, arthritis, and bowel illnesses included Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, according to Harvard Medical School. Inflammation has also been identified as a critical driver of the aging process in studies. One research focused on elderly persons, ranging in age from 85 to over 110 years old. Low inflammation was discovered to be the only biomarker that reliably predicted survival and cognitive ability in people of all ages. The growing prevalence of dementia and Alzheimer's disease are accompanied by cognitive deterioration. Inflammation is also one of the most critical factors in determining mortality, capacity, and cognition in people who live to be extremely old. So, lowering inflammation may be a strategy to extend your life and improve its quality, according to the data. You may lower your risk of developing chronic conditions such as heart disease, diabetes, or arthritis. Number 1, improve your mental health. The majority of people are unaware that cold treatment may significantly enhance your mood and mental health. This might be significant enough to aid in the prevention and treatment of depression. Norepinephrine is one of the ways that cold exposure can boost your mental state. Norepinephrine is rapidly released into the circulation when your body is subjected to cold temperatures. This is a neurotransmitter that has been linked to alertness, attention, focus, and mood. Multiple studies, both in mice and humans, have demonstrated that cold exposure can raise norepinephrine levels. Depression can occur when the body's supply of norepinephrine is decreased. A research published in the Journal of Neuropsychotic Disease and Treatment confirms this. As a result, ice baths and cold showers may be beneficial in preventing and treating depression. Cold treatment raises norepinephrine levels dramatically, which aids in improved mood and performance. Of course, the next question is, how cold should the temperature be to cause a norepinephrine surge? One research demonstrated that a 1-hour immersion in cold water at a reasonably constant temperature of 68 degrees Fahrenheit did not stimulate norepinephrine release. Meanwhile, 1 hour at 57 degrees Fahrenheit boosted norepinephrine levels by 530%. In fact, 1 hour seems excruciatingly lengthy. However, if you lower the temperature even more, you can get identical results in a shorter period of time. Immersing yourself in cold water at 40 degrees for 20 seconds for 12 weeks raised norepinephrine levels by 200 to 300%, according to a long-term research. It's also feasible that having an ice bath in very cold water might provide much more advantages in less time. And you, have you ever tried taking a cold shower? Especially like now during wintertime? Please let us know in the comments section. Also, if you're serious about losing weight, please don't forget to check out the description below. You will not regret it. Make sure to like and subscribe by turning on the notification bell. Until then, see you soon.